Just imagine, in your team, is there always someone who, although not a leader, is the first person that everyone turns to when facing a problem? Or in a friend gathering, is there always someone who starts speaking and then everyone becomes quiet and listens attentively? Behind this, there is actually a psychological principle that has been verified for over half a century. As early as 1968, social psychologists John French and Bertram Raven discovered through extensive research that the influence between people does not stem from a single command, but comes from 5 distinct sources of power. They are like 5 keys that can open the door to others' voluntary cooperation. Today, let's break down these 5 powers one by one, see which one you hold, and how to combine and use them to become the truly influential person. 1. Reference power. 1. Part 1. What is referent power? Referent power refers to the power that an individual has to influence others because they are recognized, admired, loved, or desire to establish a connection with them. In simple terms, it's because I want to be like you, I am willing to listen to you. This power does not rely on position, rewards, punishments, or professional knowledge, but stems from the emotional connection triggered by personal charm, values, behavioral style, or social image. Part 2. Sources of referent power. 1. Charisma, such as confidence, sincerity, enthusiasm. 2. Moral role model, consistent words and deeds, integrity and reliability. 3. Social prestige, being respected or popular in the group. 4. Similarity, the other person feels you and I are the same, thus generating a sense of closeness. Part 3. Real-life examples. 1. Jobs and the Apple team. Many early employees did not stay because of high salaries, but were infected by Jobs' vision of changing the world and his extreme pursuit. They said, "We are not working for the company, but for Steve." 2. Opinion leaders in school. The student with the not necessarily the best grades but the best popularity in the class often can lead everyone to participate in activities because everyone likes him and trusts him. 3. Coach and athlete, a retired champion serving as a coach. Even though his technical guidance is not as professional as the young assistant coach, the players still prefer to listen to him because he represents the image of success. 2. Legitimate power. Part 1. What is legitimate power? Legitimate power refers to the power that an individual has to influence others because they occupy a formal position or role in an organization, institution, or social structure, and are thus regarded by others as having the right to issue instructions and demand obedience. In simple terms, it's you have the right to make me do this, so I do it. This power does not rely on personal charm, professional knowledge, rewards, or punishments, but stems from the legitimacy granted by social norms, cultural traditions, or organizational rules. Part 2. Sources of legitimate power. 1. Formal position, such as managers, principals, judges, police officers, etc. Roles explicitly authorized by the system. 2. Organizational hierarchical structure, the institutionalized arrangement of superior-subordinate relationships in a company or institution. 3. Legal or regulatory authorization, such as government officials exercising authority based on the law. 4. Culture and social consensus. Certain roles are generally accepted by society as having the authority to command or make decisions. For example, employees follow the work arrangements of their department heads because they recognize the management responsibilities of those leaders. Students abide by school rules because they recognize the authority of the school's management. Part 3. Real-life examples. 1. Company managers assign tasks. Team members complete the work on time, not because they enjoy the tasks themselves, but because they recognize the positional authority of the managers. 2. Judges preside over court trials. Parties and lawyers follow the court order, not because they identify with the judge personally, but because they respect the power bestowed upon them by the judicial system. 3. Principals announce adjustments to school rules. All teachers and students implement the new regulations. Even if they have different opinions, they do so temporarily out of respect for the hierarchical nature of the system. III. Expert power. Part 1. What is expert power? Expert power refers to the influence where an individual is trusted and willing to follow the advice or guidance of others because they possess professional knowledge, skills, experience, or information that others lack. In simple terms, it's "you know this, so I trust you." This power does not rely on position, rewards, personal charm, or institutional authorization. Instead, it stems from others' recognition and reliance on their professional capabilities. Part 2. Sources of expert power. 1. Profound professional knowledge, such as doctors mastering medical theories, engineers being proficient in technical principles. 2. Rich practical experience. Long-term accumulated successful cases or operational experiences in a specific field. 3. Problem-solving ability, being able to quickly diagnose problems and propose effective solutions. 4. Continuous learning and updating, maintaining the cutting-edge nature of knowledge and earning the reputation of being a reliable authority. For example, when the team encounters technical problems, they will proactively seek advice from senior engineers. Patients follow the treatment suggestions of specialized doctors rather than making their own judgments. New employees imitate the working methods of business experts because they believe they are more efficient. Part 3. Real-life examples. 1. The technical supervisor when the IT system crashes. The entire company waits for him to remotely fix the problem. Not because he is a leader, but because only he understands the underlying code. 2. The financial director interprets the new tax law. Each department adjusts the budget plan because their understanding of the policy is the most accurate. 3. The senior teacher guides the teaching design. Young teachers adopt his classroom management skills because his class management performance has always been leading. IV. Reward power. Part 1. What is reward power? Reward power refers to the power of an individual to influence the behavior of others by being able to control the resources of rewards that others value. In simple terms, it is "do as you say, and I'll get something good." This power does not rely on job legitimacy, professional knowledge, or personal charm, but is based on the other person's desire and reliance on the rewards. Part 2. Sources of reward power. Material rewards, such as salary, bonuses, benefits, gifts, etc. 2. Career development opportunities, such as promotion, salary increase, training opportunities, participation rights in important projects. 3. Recognition and praise, such as public commendation, awarding honors, performance evaluation, and excellence recognition. 4. Work convenience, such as flexible working hours, remote working, ideal task allocation. For example, employees work overtime to complete tasks because their supervisors promise to give them quarterly bonuses. Students actively participate in class because the teachers will give them extra points or call out to praise them. Team members voluntarily take on extra work, hoping to get an overseas assignment opportunity next year. Part 3. Real-life examples. 1. The sales manager sets a commission system. The higher the performance, the more bonuses. The team's enthusiasm has significantly increased. 2. The project manager assigns star tasks. Members with good performance are given priority to participate in projects with client senior management, stimulating competition. 3. The supervisor offers flexible working hours. As a reward for efficiently completing weekly goals, it improves employee satisfaction. V. Coercive power. Part 1. What is coercive power? Coercive power refers to the influence where an individual has the ability to impose punishment or bring about adverse consequences, thereby compelling others to follow their instructions. In simple terms, it is, "if you don't do as I say, I will punish you." This kind of power does not rely on professional knowledge, personal charm, or institutional legitimacy, but is based on the other party's fear of negative consequences or avoidance mentality. Part 2. Sources of coercive power. 1. Disciplinary powers, such as warnings, demerits, demotion, dismissal, etc. 2. Performance penalties, such as deduction of bonuses, cancellation of promotion eligibility, reduction of ratings. 3. Work assignment control, such as assigning heavy, boring, or marginal tasks. 4. Social exclusion or criticism, such as public criticism, neglect, isolation. For example, employees submit reports on time because they are afraid of being criticized by the supervisor or affecting the annual assessment. Students abide by classroom discipline because they are worried about being made to stand or being informed to their parents. Team members dare not refuse extra overtime because they are afraid of being labeled as uncooperative. Part 3. Examples in reality. 1. Companies implement the last place elimination system. Employees work overtime to avoid being laid off. 2. Supervisors threaten to transfer positions. To employees who do not comply with the arrangement, they say, "If you don't want to work, you can change departments." 3. Schools stipulate that 3 late arrivals will cancel the examination qualification. Students therefore strictly keep time. 4. Project leaders publicly name and criticize those with delayed progress. Others speed up because they are afraid of being named.